All right, this is your launch, find that factor. So during this video, I'm going to be explaining the launch and explaining each problem and how to do it. While I'm explaining, I'm going to be writing things down, so please make sure that you are writing whatever I'm writing down. And if you have a highlighter, it would be great if you can follow along. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you can feel free to rewind the video so that you can catch what I'm saying. And if you still don't understand it after rewinding and watching it a couple of times, you can feel free to raise your hand and ask your teacher. There will be times during the video where I'm going to ask you to pause and try the problems on your own. That's going to happen for the second, third, and so on, but the first one we're going to do together. Please make sure that you actually do pause and try the problem on your own so that you're actively learning. So number one has two sets of equations that actually are saying the same thing. So equation 1 is here, and equation 2 is here. Equation 1 says 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3, and the second one says 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Now, we're really familiar with the second one where it says 2 times 3 gives me 6. Today we're going to learn about the word factor. Factors are the two numbers that multiply to equal to a third number. So in this case, 2 and 3 are the factors of 6. So please make sure that you are writing that down with me. And I'm going to be highlighting the factors in a certain color. I'm going to do it in orange here. Now, the 6 is sort of the answer to what I'm going to get if I multiply it, and that is called my product. And I noticed that for the first one, it is the same three numbers, and it's always going to be that way. It's always going to be the same three numbers that work together. But this time, the only difference is that the order changes a bit. And the way that it changes is because this one is actually a division problem. So you have here a division problem on the left and a multiplication problem on the right. Whenever you have a division problem, you actually start with the 6. You start with the product and you end with the two factors over here. So the other way that you could have written this is actually to start with the product again, but to actually divide it by the other factor, which is 3. Now, if you do that, you are again starting with the product, which is in yellow, and then you are dividing it by one of the products, which is 3. Now, what that's going to give you is the other product. Remember that the relationship always holds true as long as you have the same three numbers. So if you divide 6 by 3, you're actually going to get 2. If you got that in your head, great, you're coming along. So number 2 is the one that isn't given to us, but since we're given 20, which is, we know, if it's a division, we know this is the product divided by 2 of my factors. So I know that 4 and 5 are the factors of 20. So because 20 divided by one of my factors gives me the other one. So now if I know 5 times something gives me 20, then I know it's 5 times whatever this other factor is equals to 20. And I'm hoping that by now you know what the idea is, that these two factors multiply to be 20. And what is that other factor other than 5? The factor is 4. And also, if we were to write the other division problem, if we take 20 divided by 4, then the other product would be 5. Go ahead and pause the video and try the other ones on your own. Okay, great. So if you have done this correctly, the second or the third one should be 12 and 18. Again, that's because 18 is my product. It's what I'm starting my division problems with. Then that means whatever this number is and whatever this number is are my factors. So I don't know what this number is, but if I look at the other equation, I notice that 12 and 1.5 are my factors. So then I know that one of these factors is 1.5 and the other one must be 12. Similarly, for this problem, I don't know what the product is. I don't know what the answer is. But if I look at the other problem, I notice that 18 is what I start with, so I know 18 must be the product. So going on to number 4, this one should be 36. And number 5, this one should be 0.8. This one should be 36. Oh, sorry. This one should be 0.8. My fault. And this one should be 12. Now, again, I want you to think about the relationships moving forward with these 3 numbers, and we don't have numbers, but we have letters, to recognize that whatever letter you start with, that is my product, and the 2 letters that I end with, those are my factors. So I want you to pause the video and see if you can rearrange these in the other manner so that you have something times something equals to something. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do that on your own. Okay, moving forward, we have, this is my product, so the product should kind of be the answer to my multiplication. So A goes back here. B and C are both my factors, so those 2 are going to go here. Did you get that right?